I was playing for San Sebastian and then I transferred to LBU.
Nunez back on the floor for Perpetual. Goho Cruz. And Delarama comes up with the board.
And I think that's a great adjustment for San Sebastian going man-to-man in that possession. Kasi I'm sure nung halftime, nagkaroon ng konting adjustment itong si Coach Olsen for that zone. Pero paglabas nila naka-man-to-man sila, so nag-create ng confusion yun for Perpetual.
Oh, speaking of confusion, akala ni Risho, titira si TJ, nakatalikod nung pinasa.
So that's a little too unselfish for TJ Filibrico. And sometimes, when you already have a shot, you have to take it. Kasi if you have a good shot already and you pass up on that shot, minsan mag-error na lang talaga eh.
Goho Cruz. Up and under Mark Goho Cruz. Will head to the line.
And that's the third time Mark Goho Cruz went to the post and getting something out of that play.
Alright, paasa muna natin kay Fatima Reyes.
Coach Olsen told me that they will only feel confident on top if they win their 4 remaining games, but that will not happen if they continue to play like their first half. Bumoses nga itong si Patrick Sleet at pinagsabihan ang kanyang kupunan na sayang daw ang kanilang 8-1 standing kung masyado silang complacent. That's why inside the dugout, Coach O reminded the Altas that this will not be easy and should watch out for something that the Stags didn't do during their first matchup, which is switching. That's why one last word from Coach O that they have to do is to grind. Anton and Renzo.
Yep, they have to work for it. And when you're a team with a somewhat comfortable lead in the standings, complacency na ang kalaban mo.
Well, sometimes nga, mas mahirap mas mahirap pa i-handle yung lagi kang panalo kesa dun sa natatalo ka from time to time. Kasi when you're winning, feeling mo wala nang kailangan baguhin with what you're doing eh. And yun yung mahirap for Perpetual. Gaya nga nang sabi ni Coach Olsen, if they're gonna be complacent, talagang sayang kung ano yung mga pinagtrabahuan nila before.
Nunez. Orgo. Abis for 3. Rebound Lumanag.
And I think the Golden Stags would take that 3-pointer from Abis all day.
Delarama. Bothered by the presence of John Abis. Sleet attacks. Patrick Sleet with the finish.
And this is what I'm talking about Patrick Sleet na kaya talaga niya mag-overpower ng mga defender eh. He can easily go inside the paint and get a basket. Pero yun sometimes hindi talaga niya ginagawa to involve the other guys.
And Patrick Sleet now defending Delarama. Lumanag, floater. At babalik ang bola sa Perpetualites.
And I think the Golden Stags has to execute better. Gaya ng mga ganyang execution. Kasi maganda rin yung depensa nitong Perpetual. As you see that drive by Patrick Sleet against 2 defenders.
And what a pass by Ian Guahao. Abis. Orgo to Sleet. Sleet wants that space. Sleet for 3. And grabs his own miss. Sleet fouled and will head to the line for 2.
And I think itong si Risho missed the box out on Patrick Sleet. Kasi after that shot, he challenged it. Pero parang mas gusto niya na mag-leak out that time instead of putting a body on Patrick Sleet para nakuha na nila yung defensive rebound.
Sleet missing on the first free throw. Good on the second. Nahuli ka doon. JD Pagulayan. Pang TikTok na sayaw. Nahuli ng camera.
Just enjoying themselves. But I'm sure kapag tinawag bigla ni Coach Olsen yung mga yan, magbabago agad yung mood nila.
Lumanag flipping it up and in.
Might have got away with the travel that time.
Risho, Lumanag. Balikan naman sa San Sebastian, courtesy of Lumanag. Gojo in the post. Nakabang si TJ, sweeper. Sleet. 3 on the shot clock. Sleet on the drive. Sleet with the basket.
And you really can't give an open lane para dito kay Patrick Sleet. Kasi pag makakita lang yan ng konting espasyo, kayang-kaya na atakihin yan eh. Kayang-kaya niyang pumuntos dyan.
Dalarama. Guahao. Guahao out to Risho. Risho for 3. And San Sebastian reclaims the lead. Perpetual calls a timeout. Let's take a look at this last drive by Sleety boy, Patrick Sleet. When he goes right, he's nearly unstoppable. At eto naman yung tinira ni Risho mula sa labas.
And that's the reason why itong during the timeout, yung buong coaching staff ng San Sebastian was as we see si Boss Anton.
The Vice President for Sports and Athletics, Mr. Anton Tamayo.
Yes. And going back to my point, yung during the timeout of the Golden Stags, yung buong coaching staff kinakausap itong si Risho na pag nag-switch sila kay Patrick Sleet, i-take away ni Risho yung right side nito ni Patrick Sleet kasi that was the second time that Patrick went on an isolation and then went to his right and then got a basket.
Orgo to Patrick. Abis. Goho Cruz. Wow. Just missing. But you could see the moving without the ball of MGC.
Well, that was a great play. Kung hindi lang nag-fumble ng konti kay Abis yung bola, meron ng opening si MGC agad dun eh. Pero nakita mo yung patience ni MGC just staying down low. Kaya makakakuha ka talaga ng tira.
So a good challenge by Risho to bother that shot of Goho Cruz. Ang hirap ng trabaho ni Lumanag. Habulin si Goho Cruz.
Of course, with the scoring ability of Goho Cruz, tapos yung sobrang talino pa, pasensyoso pa, mahirap talagang task to for Lumanag.
Sleet has the ball. Sleet driving left. Throws it out. MGC. Goho Cruz. Too strong. Goho Cruz. Wala pa rin. Goho Cruz. Missing on the angles. You can see he's right there, but medyo iffy yung mga angles eh.
Well, I think he's getting the shots that he wants. Pero kasi yung first half na hindi siya masyadong nakakuha ng looks, medyo naninibago siya ngayong second half.
You know, parang isusubo na lang, but alanganin din yung angle eh, kaya hindi niya ma-bounce off the glass ng tama.
Oo, tapos idagdag mo rin yung frustration nga during the first half na hindi siya masyadong makakuha ng bola because of the defense of the Golden Stags. Medyo minamadali niya na rin ngayon na kumuha ng puntos.
So that's credit to the coaching staff of San Sebastian to scheme against MGC. They've got MGC stoppers, MGC stalkers.
And it's not an easy thing to do to slow down itong si Marco Cruz. Kaya dalawang player yung nagpapalitan sa kanya eh. Itong si Gabat and si Lumanang.
Felebrico. Wow. Gabat to Risho. Oh, Risho. Sorry missed there, but you can see that Risho is very aggressive and he's doing the right thing. Just gotta finish.
And that's a great pass by Gabat. Nakita natin, bago pa lang siya mag-take off, wala na siyang intensyon itira eh. Talagang ipapasa na kay Risho.
Boral for three. Sleet offensive rebound. Patrick Sleet with the basket.
And again, every time titira itong Perpetual, you need to put a body on Patrick Sleet because he's always gonna go for those offensive rebounds.
De la Rama to Quahao. Felebrico. TJ steps back against JP. Gabat. Jericho Nunez with the board. And that's a foul on Jericho Nunez. Parang ano, bulldozer si Jericho doon.
Parang one-man clearing operation. Talagang lahat ng nasa harap, aalisin niya lang talaga.
Nauusok bigla. So Jericho Nunez will take a seat. Perpetual with a 1-point lead. Felebrico. Hand off to Quahao. Ayun lang, tinawagan ng offensive foul si Felebrico.
Well, I think yung matchup na yun, kaya naman siguro ni Felebrico na atakihin muna bago niya i-handoff kay Ian Quao eh. Kasi kitang-kita agad ni Orgo kung ano yung mangyayari. Kaya nakuhaan niya ng illegal scheme that time itong si Felebrico.
Boral. Alcantara. Maglupay. Casinillo. Alcantara. Oh! Wild pass, and Coach Olsen wondering what happened there.
Oh, I was about to say na ito yung group na humabol for Perpetual nung first half. Kaya excited ako makita kung ano yung ipa-perform nila. Pero nag-turnover sila that previous possession.
And this group right here will be very crucial down the stretch for the campaign and the dream of Perpetual to bring home a championship.
Of course, all the teams are going to prepare for their starting unit, and it's up to these guys kung paano nila tutulungan yung first unit nila.
Tulabot. Casinillo. Boral. 5 on the shot clock. JP. Wow! Oh, yun lang. He was wide open.
I think that was his problem. He was wide open.
Yeah, some guys like it when there are defenders in the face. Deo Quahao comes to mind. San Sebastian still trailing Perpetual 43-42 in a tight one. She's enjoying herself here, as seen on our cutie cam. One of the members of the San Sebastian cheerleading team. Konting emote. Yes.
Stephanie Benito, no? Napakaganda talaga eh.
Papanoorin ni Stephanie to, yung mga sasabihin mo, brother.
Oh, si Madam Stephanie Benito yan. Ang ating pinakamamahal na girlfriend.
And of course, our courtside reporter here in the NCAA in years past.
This is actually where we met.
Yeah, a lot of love stories begin here in the NCAA. And I'm happy to see that she's still very supportive of you, even in your new venture. De La Rama missing on that long ball.
2 seconds on the shot clock.
As Segovia is back on the floor. Oh, yun lang. May nakita ang ating referee and he saw an unsportsmanlike foul there.
Well, that was above the shoulder, kaya automatic. Unsportsmanlike foul agad yun eh. And they were just fighting for position.
We will have a review.
All right, let's see. Let's investigate. It's Castor and Tolabot.
Well, there was definitely a swing. But I think what Castor is trying to tell the referees is kinakapitan kasi siya eh. Pinipigilan siyang gumalaw and I think that's a foul as well. And
On review, it was an unsportsmanlike foul, criteria 1 on number 19, Neil Castor.
So Neil
That's his
Castor
fourth.
called for an unsportsmanlike foul, criteria 1.
2 free throws for J.M. Tolabo.
Boss Anton Tamayo looking on.
Ball possession stays with the Altas.
sobrang
14
supportive
seconds
din
on the
talaga
shot
ni
clock.
Boss Anton. You know? I remember when I was still playing for San Sebastian, he was still with Perpetual
Yeah.
that time. Eh.
Christian
Sila,
Federico.
I think it was
For
Gab
the
Dagamon,
Golden
sila Keith Pido. So yung mga yon inabutan ko pa. And ito si Boss Anton, inabutan ko pa to.
Boss Anton also a mean lefty.
Sharpshooter ng Perpetual ito eh.
Casimilio pulls up. Bola napunta dito kay Felebrico.
2 minutes.
Segovia. Gabat, no look. Risho to TJ.
Christian Federico.
And that's the perfect way to finish that fast break kasi merong dalawang Perpetual guys na naiwan dito sa sa likod eh. Kaya minaximize na talaga ng Golden Stags yung opportunity na yun.
Alcantara. Maglupay. And Maglupay called for an offensive foul. That's great defense.
Massive foul, number 0.
By Segovia.
His first 3 on the
Segovia
Altas.
all up in the grill of Maglupay.
So that was a great defensive stop by Segovia. Pero I think ito yung nagiging problema with Perpetual kapag nasa second unit sila eh. Kapag wala na silang makuha doon sa place nila, unlike their first unit, wala silang mapuntahan na one guy that would just create something for them.
Gabat. De La Rama. De La Rama to Gabat. Gabat. Rebound, Alcantara. Boral to Alcantara. To Labut. Throws it out. Casinillo. To Labut from the elbow. And that's a good stop by San Sebastian. Segovia to Gabat. Risho to De La Rama. JDR. And JDR called for steps.
That's a great stop for Perpetual. Itong si JP Boral just standing his ground against itong si JDR. That's why nag-commit ng traveling.
Argues Limona for the Golden Sands.
Well, it has been a struggle for both teams towards the end of our third quarter to score. Maganda rin yung depensahan talaga nila. That's why they're committing a lot of turnovers and missing a lot of shots.
And this is what I've been saying about Kenji Duremdes. Every time he's sent in, nakakapuntos din eh.
And yun yung sinabi ko rin kanina na sa second unit ng Perpetual, wala kang mapuntahan kapag wala nang mapuntahan yung play mo, wala kang player na pwede mo puntahan and create something, and that's Kenji Duremdes for you.
But San Sebastian with another basket to end the quarter. That time courtesy of Christian Risho. Let's take a look at it right here. Christian Risho just in time. So, at the end of 3, tabla po tayo. Back to square one in this matchup between Perpetual and San Sebastian. We're ready for the fourth quarter of this matchup between Perpetual and San Sebastian. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood. Anton Rojas working alongside Renzo Navarro. And we also have Fatima Reyes reporting from courtside.
Fourth quarter.
Close game between both squads, Renzo.
And this is something that I expected, no? Kahit na magkalayo itong dalawang team na to sa standings, talagang alam ko kasi na itong San Sebastian, hindi lang talaga nagta-translate into wins yung mga game nila, pero alam ko na capable sila na to compete in this tournament eh.
Pinasok agad ni Coach Rob si JDR.
Well, this is a very crucial time for both teams, no? Talagang kailangan makuha mo kasi yung momentum agad. Maaga pa lang, start pa lang ng fourth quarter.
On the last out of bounds play.
All right, let's see what the referees are reviewing here. There's the crossover by Gabat. And reaching in was L.A. Casinillo. Now the referees are trying to figure out who touched it last. Kung si Gabat ba o si Casinillo?
Well, the initial call was Stags basketball. Pero kasi nangyari sa harap nila Coach Olsen. That's why they asked for a review.
There's that blur on the crossover of Gabat. Pero malinaw doon, yung kaliwang kamay ni Gabat, di naman tumama sa bola.
Yeah, so I think yung last touch happened dun sa strip, dun sa crossover and dun sa reach in ni Casinillo.
So the ball will stay with San Sebastian.
Challenge of the Altas Antecessor. Ball possession for the Golden Sands. 6 seconds on the shot clock.
Felebrico. Segovia. Risho. Boral with the board. All right, let's throw it over to Fatima Reyes for this courtside update.
Anton, in this last quarter, Coach Rob calls for a leader and he wants TJ Felebrico and JDR to hopefully answer. But any leadership will not work if they play on their own. Kaya bigay diin ni Coach Rob na wag daw silang magkanya-kanya. He reminded the Stags that this quarter will test their maturity. That is why presence of mind should be partnered with their extreme focus. One last reminder for the Stags is to remain calm and to always be ready to shoot because in this kind of game, panalo daw ang kalmado, Anton and Renzo.
I like that last reminder. And right now, look at Coach Rob. He's cool, calm, and collected. And just focused on trying to get this win.
And speaking of kalmado, that fast break by the Golden Stags, sobrang kalmado eh. Maraming openings pero inantay talaga ni Gabat yung pinakamalinaw.
Foul there, number 7, Gabat, his third personal. Patrick Sleet and
What a
Rico Nunez.
confident move by
For the
Gabat.
Altas.
Finishing
14
with his
seconds
left
on
hand.
the shot clock.
Sleet is back on the floor. Casinillo. Patrick. Jab step. Shoots a three. Boral. Rising up for that rebound.
All right, go Cruz for the Altas.
You can see the effort of JP Boral to rise up for that rebound.
But also the Golden Stags have been missing the box outs, no? Talagang nakikita natin kanina si Patrick Sleet, now JP Boral having that open lane to get that offensive rebound. And I think that's something that the Golden Stags have to address kasi sayang yung mga ganong opportunity eh. Nakuha na nila yung stop pero nagkakaroon ng second chance itong Perpetual.
Wow. Wow. Casinillo. Goho Cruz and Gojo with the finish.
That was a great read by Casinillo, recognizing na wala masyadong advantage dun sa primary, kaya inantay niya si Marco Cruz.
Tapla na naman po tayo. 49 all. Felebrico. Risho for three. Christian Risho with another three-point basket.
And that's a big shot for Risho because every time Perpetual is attempting to make a run, laging merong three-pointer itong si Risho to break that run by Perpetual.
Sleet pulls up. Christian Risho today leading all scorers with 15 points. Goho Cruz, only 6 points today. Wala pa nakaka-double digits mula sa Perpetual.
That's really the game plan of San Sebastian Golden Stags for this afternoon. Just to stop the usual suspects for Perpetual. And so far, maganda yung naging game plan nila.
Goho Cruz. Abyss.
3-second violation.
And a 3-second violation there.
Well, yun din kasi yung tendency if you're running on a interior triangle eh. Kasi yun yung action nung play na yun eh. Yung nasa post yung bola, tapos yung dalawang offensive guy nagda-down screen or backpick lang dun sa loob. Kaya may tendency talaga na may 3 seconds.
Felebrico. Oh. That ball was on a fast track to nowhere.
Well, TJ Felebrico anticipated na lalabas na agad si Richo eh. Kasi yan yung action na palagi nilang ginagawa. Pero that time kasi, binabasa pa ni Richo yung mangyayari dun sa, sa flex screen nila ni Delarama eh.
Sleet to Nunez. Nunez to MGC for 3. Nunez put back attempt and he will head to the line for 2.
Another open shot missed by Mark Goho Cruz. And I think yun kasi talaga yung yun talaga yung long-term effect ng ng kapag yung kalaban mong team merong scheme para sa iyo. Mag-struggle ka sa first half and pag hindi mo talaga na-handle ng maayos yung frustration, even those shots na usually makeable para sa iyo, magmimintis na rin talaga.
First free throw is good for Jericho Nunez. Two for two sa pagkakataon na yun. Perpetual has only lost once this season, and that was against Letran. San Sebastian hoping to become the second team to beat them. Richo gives San Sebastian another 3-point lead.
And that's a great find from Delarama. We all know na itong si Delarama is a scorer, but that time looking for an open teammate in Richo.
Oh, kung kailan nakuha ni Mark yung tamang bounce off the glass, tinawagan ng traveling.
Well, I was supposed to say that was a very smart move by Mark Cruz. As we see that assist by Delarama to Richo. Pero natawagan naman siya ng traveling sa pagkakataon na yun.
Tough ball to make and a tough shot by Gabat. And now Coach Olsen Racena has to call a timeout because this is now a 5-point lead for San Sebastian. Isang mahirap na tira mula kay Gabat. Look at the defense of Patrick Sleet all over him.
And it's really hard to shrug off itong si Patrick Sleet because he's big and he's very strong. So for Gabat to get that space enough for a pull-up jumper, that's really impressive for Polo Gabat.
Ngayon, makikita natin kung gaano katibay itong Perpetual because now their backs are against the wall. They have that 8-1 win-loss card, number 1 in their group, best in the league. Pressure is on, Renzo, for them.
Of course, everybody's just waiting for them to commit mistakes and nasa sa kanila na yun eh. Nasa kanilang buong team yan kung paano nila i-handle yung pressure na meron sila ngayon and kung paano sila mag-step up para ma-secure pa rin yung panalo sa araw na to.
Sleet. And there you go. Patrick Sleet breaks into double digits.
And again, if you allow Patrick Sleet to go onto his right side, he's almost unstoppable.
Holding foul, and number 9, Sean Orgo is first. one on the Altas.
Sleet against JDR. The little bump
17
and the
seconds on the
one-handed
shot clock.
floater para kay Sleety Boy.
And I think that's just Patrick Sleet trying to teach some new moves to JDR.
Risho. Oh, wow. Orgo takes that ball away. Perpetual gets the stop. Etong Perpetual, parang may switch eh. Pag kailangan ng dumiin. That's when they turn it up on both ends of the court. And Castor has fouled out of the game.
And if you're the smallest guy in the court, you have to be the toughest one. And that time, itong si Orgo against two big guys of San Sebastian, hindi niya hinayaan na makuha pa sa kanya yung bola.
Orgo. Abis. Oh, that is huge.
They really needed that possession and unforced turnover kasi yan, kaya masakit for Coach Olsen eh. Walang pressure dun sa ball handler pero nag-commit pa rin sila ng turnover.
Perpetual on a 4-game winning streak, but that's in danger of getting snapped right now against this very dangerous San Sebastian Golden Stag squad. Felebrico. Lumanag. Throws it up. Orgo with the rebound. Perpetualites running. Sleet to Abis. Oh, Abis with a miss. And Cruz could not hold on to the ball. Risho. Sumobra. De La Rama. And called for traveling. Nakaswerte doon ang Perpetual kasi ilalagay na lang ni Christian yung bola. Sumobra.
Well, that was a great recovery for Perpetual. Like you said, that was supposed to be an easy basket for Risho. And what an up and down action for both teams. And nakikita natin na habang pababa ng pababa yung oras, pataas ng pataas yung pressure, especially for Perpetual.
Christian Risho today with a season high 17 points. Actually a game high 17 points. Orgo for 3. And De La Rama secures the rebound.
And that's a big rebound for De La Rama. He was up against John Abis, who was a good rebounder as well.
San Sebastian trying to get back-to-back wins. Gabat throws it up. And Sleet comes up with a board. Abis to Cruz. Air Gojo going up. Abis. Oh no! Nilua. Perpetual can't convert. Mark Cruz has had numerous misses off the glass. It's been a tough day at the office for the Perpetual Altas.
Well, even for John Abis, that's usually a bucket for him already.
Pero malayo pa to. 5 on the shot clock. Felebrico. De La Rama runs out of time.
Shot clock violation. JP Boral.
So JP Boral checks in for Nunez. Perpetual has got to score. Cruz to Sleet in the post. Sleet drop pass. Abis, well executed play. What a play by Perpetual. Ganda ng setup. But now Perpetual has to get a stop.
Well, this is just the perfect time for Patrick Sleet to step up and just get the ball and try to make something out for Perpetual.
Pass to
Richo. De La Rama from the corner. Junior De La Rama with a big-time basket.
What about JDR making that three-pointer? And you have to commend the whole San Sebastian squad because they answered to Coach Rob's calling na mag-share ng basketball, mag-execute ng maayos.
JP Boral with a cut to the basket. And an additional free throw coming up. But what a shot by JDR for three.
Well, you also have to give credit dito kay Richo. He has been making a lot of shots, but that time recognizing na mas open si De La Rama. That's why he gave that extra pass and De La Rama making that three-pointer.
Crucial free throw for JP Boral. It is up and in. San Sebastian protecting a one-point lead. Gabat. Gabat spins out of control. That's traveling.
Well, that's a great defensive stop for Sean Orgo. And I thought itong si Gabat, I think he already had an open De La Rama on the corner, but opted to still attack Sean Orgo, who's doing a great job.
Nakapop na yung collar ni Coach Rob. His team has to get a stop. Go Cruz. Patrick Sleet in the post. Sleet for the lead. No! San Sebastian gets the stop.
And that was the matchup we've been talking about, yung Patrick Sleet and De La Rama. And that time, it was a great defensive stop for Junior De La Rama.
Gabat taking his time. 8 remaining on the shot clock. Gabat to JDR for 3. Junior De La Rama! Back-to-back triples. JDR!
What about this kid? Junior De La Rama. That's a big three-pointer for JDR.
He is cooking. He is telling everybody what time it is. Say hello to the new star of San Sebastian, JDR. Junior De La Rama with a gutsy three-point shot. And if Coach Olsen has his rah-rah moments, that's one from Coach Rob. Oh, yeah. So, Perpetual down by 4. Again, kailangan nila ipakita kung sino sila ngayon.
And I think for Perpetual, they still have 48 seconds, and they just have to go hard to the basket kasi San Sebastian is in the penalty right now. So that's one thing that they could go to. They could get their points in the free throw line.
Perpetual has no more timeouts. That was their last timeout. Denying Patrick Sleet. Abis to Boral. Boral rises up for three. JP Boral with another big-time triple.
Well, what a time for JP Boral to step up for Perpetual. That was heavily contested, but still managed to get that three-pointer to go.
San Sebastian holding on to a one-point lead. Bola na kay TJ Fenebrico. 8 seconds on the shot clock. TJ to Rizzo for three. No. JP Boral with a rebound. Perpetual with a chance to win it. Patrick Sleet has the ball. Sleet goes to his right. Sleet double team. Boral turnaround. Abis has to shoot. And San Sebastian escapes with the win.
What a defensive stop for the Golden Stacks. Perpetual had every opportunity to steal that game. But what about the defense of the Golden Stacks?
Juniel De La Rama leading San Sebastian to back-to-back wins. And they take down the #1 squad in the NCAA. Woo!
Oh my God.
I did say this was a dangerous team. And that young man, Juniel De La Rama, the double check ko nga kung 19 years old lang talaga to. I mean, yeah. Well, he just turned 20 last October 26. So, a recent birthday for Juniel De La Rama. He entered the NCAA at 19. He's 20 now.